Welcome to More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a successful business with me, Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant, and my favorite co-host, Jores Minasvand, a business consultant. Hey, Jores.
Hey
Happy
Anna,
Wednesday.
happy Wednesday. Beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day, and we have a beautiful topic for today. And this is something where we've talked with a few business owners, like mid-sized businesses, and we have a lot of conversations with business owners around technology because we both have background in technology. And so many of the people we talk with, the business owners we talk with, like they mentioned that absolutely they would love to have transformation, digital transformation, and do things, and yet they're not even sure where to start. They're not even sure how to assess their own technology needs. And this has come up quite a few times in conversations, and we thought that, this might be a good topic to discuss. So, as you're listening, if this is something that you're experiencing, if you know that your business would benefit from updated technology, from better technology, but you're not sure how even to start, where to start, how even to assess your technology needs, this episode is for you. And I would give you the microphone, Joris, because like you are way more r- attached to this world, connected to this world, and I'd love to hear your initial thoughts on what can business owners do when it comes to assessing the technology needs of their companies.
Well, since the Industry 3.0 revolution, which started in 2000, where internet and technology started emerging into the business, it has been a completely wrong misconception. And I go to businesses and I talk to them, and both sides of IT on the left side of the boardroom and business on the right side of the boardroom, they all look at me like, oh crap, he's right. The misconception is that technology drives business, which it doesn't. Business drives business. Technology is just a tool, the means for to provide a business purpose. And if a lot of companies have forgotten this, a lot of companies at any size, at large corporate size, they have gone the way of let's pick a technology to build our business processes, and they have failed many, many, many times, repeated the same thing. So uh, the question that you asked, Anna, is how do I understand what technology I need, right? Start with a business. You do not talk about technology until probably it comes to about, I would say about 2 weeks to 3 months, depending on the size of the company and project, before implementation. Only when you're designing, when you're in a design phase, you talk about technology, you pick a technology stack. Up to that moment, which can take you anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending again on the size of the company, you're doing assessment. And assessment of what? You are basically interviewing your businesses. And again, depending on the lines of businesses that you have, depending on the size of your corporation, you sit with the business and ask them the question, if you had data at your fingertips today, what would you do with it? What problem would it solve for you? Start writing them down, start aligning them, create a roadmap for all of your business lines of businesses. Or if you're a medium company, you're just one line of business. Put all your different departments, all the problems they will solve, put some timelines and priorities, and then you start execution. When you're executing, part of the execution, there's a design stage after the requirements, and the design stage is when you talk about what technology stack suits best to solve this problem. That's the first question. Second, when you find that technology, does this technology align with our technology roadmap, our vision of technology, or even business technology? Does it cover more than just one use case? Number of questions. Once you decide that, you implement a small uh, design, the small use case, you prove the value, and then you repeat and expand. So the question is, don't go to technology until you're just about to implement, literally. Do not start with technology.
And we've discussed this before as well. Like it's all about people, processes, technology. So, and what, Joris, what you said, exactly. Like you start with the business. Like, what's the business problem? Like, why? Like, when we talk with the potential clients, when we talk with our clients, like, and we do this kind of assessment, like for companies that are not able to do the assessment or don't want to do this assessment, they want it faster and they want it done properly the first time. Like we do these kind of assessments. Like we go and we do this within like the bigger companies, it can go up to 2 weeks. And it all starts with, okay, what's the business goal? What's the business problem? What are we really solving for in terms of business needs? And this is where we start. And we look at people, we look at processes, and technology is the last place where we look at. Yes, it might be the problem. Yes, it might turn out, sometimes it turns out that you have the people, you have the processes, but then you have a shitty, outdated technology that this is the only thing you need. You just need to replace it and that's it. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. Like there are, especially small, mid-sized businesses where, for example, their website, you were saying that example even from a few years ago, where once you made the website faster and better, with that party in a box, that how it opened up things. So yeah, sometimes it might be that, especially with small businesses, for some of them, their website is just a static page, even in 2025. So for sometimes it might be that you have things working. It's just that it's technology, but more often than not, when we work with businesses, it actually uncovers more, and the work that needs to be done first is people and processes, and then it's the technology. So absolutely, your assessment starts with focusing on the business, focusing on the business goals, the business needs, the bottleneck. Like, what's the bottleneck? And from there, you start solving it and add layer technology on top of people and processes. Absolutely. And of course, like as you were sharing some of these things, though, like the again, especially with small businesses, mid-sized businesses, sometimes they are using outdated technology, and sometimes it's a real pain in the whatever. And sometimes like they do reach a stage where the technology itself is the thing that needs to be removed and replaced completely. It happens because we've seen with some business owners that because they get used to things, they're not open to moving to new versions, they're not open to moving to new, even new software. Like they keep on using something that is stitched, and it's again like it's so painful that it
and, and one of the downsides of this scenario that you just mentioned, Anna, is that inadvertently what they have done to adapt to that stitched monster, Frankenstein's monster kind of a technology that they used, they have wrapped their processes around this. So in this case, it's not about modernizing just the platform itself. And I've seen quite a few versions of this where that doesn't work anymore. So again, you gather all the requirements, you put it aside, then you go back to the processes and say, are these processes even uh,
they make sense.
viable?
Yeah, do they
Do
make
they
sense?
even
Yeah.
make sense? And imagine what happens if we actually did an assessment on one of the platforms. If we had like brought it to the modern platform, all the processes would have failed, and they would have resulted into a very negative results. So we stopped and we said, okay, we're not modernizing this platform. We're going to throw it away. All we're going to keep is the data and the sum of the processes. We'll go back to the requirements, build new processes, build new application, new technology, and move forward.
Such a great point that as businesses as they're using, and this is not limited to small and mid-sized businesses, because I know that some of the examples you have are from corporations where like, they're so ingrained into something old that has been stitched and they keep on stitching it that the whole process is wrapped around it. But if you start from a blank page, and this is one exercise that you can do as well, scrap everything in your mind, like as an exercise. Get with your team, especially if you have a bigger team, like with your leadership team, the main people of in your business. Get in your room on a whiteboard and say, okay, let's imagine we're starting from zero. Like we are not uh, dependent, like we don't have the process, we don't have the technology, like let's start from zero. What would make sense? What kind of process will really deliver the result? What kind of technology? And of course, the people, like starting with the people. So this is another exercise that you can do as well. It's completely wipe out. And this exercise is actually really powerful. It can be done not just when it comes to think about your technology, it can be done even for your org chart. From time to time, you might actually want to look at your org chart and say, scrap it, forget about that. We have an org chart. What org chart makes sense for the company where we are and where we want to be? And then see who fits where and whether you have missing people or people need to be assigned different roles, or maybe someone doesn't belong in your company anymore. So this is a really great, and I think I've heard that a lot of consulting companies and other companies are using this even for setting a budget. Like imagine we're starting from zero. Forget about the budget we had last year. Imagine we're starting from zero. What process would make sense, and then layer the technology. And this is how you can another way you can assess your technology needs.
100%, 100%, absolutely.
And again, as I mentioned, that we do this work with clients who want things done faster, want things done the right way from the first time. Because, yes, we are sharing, and of course, you can go and Google it, ask ChatGPT to see how to do this. But a lot of the people we work with, they don't have time. Like, they don't actually have the time to step aside and do this kind of assessment. And our Thrive 360 business solutions and the assessment part of it is what dives into this and helps you assess your own technology needs and see what's going on. So I will add a link if you're interested. If you want to apply and work with us, we do open a few spots every month, like up to 4 spots every month, because we really want to provide value and want to focus on the few people we work with, the few businesses we work with, give our full attention, because this is something that we deliver personally. Yeah, check the link. I will add it in the description. And this might be your way of assessing your technology needs and taking your business to the next level.
We can definitely help. Yeah.
Anything else to add, Jores, in terms of assessing your technology needs?
No, I think it's very clear. I mean, without a roadmap, you're not going anywhere. And without a proper assessment, you cannot have a clear roadmap. It's very plain and simple. And this can be sugar coated in a million ways to charge companies from anywhere from $3 to $10 million, or you can do it with $30,000 and give a multi-billion-dollar company the roadmap that after 3 years they're still implementing it and they're successful. So it's all about knowing what you're doing and do it the right way. And it's I cannot put it any simpler. And if you have any doubts, just book a call with us. It's complimentary, and we can help you, get clearance on how you can do it and how we can help.
Very well said. Thank you. Amazing way to end our conversation today. And tomorrow we are going back to talking about a topic that's more towards people who are just starting a business. So if you're
That'll be
just
your
starting,
department.
if you're just starting the
People are
business
your department.
and you're wondering how you align your business with your personal values and purpose, tune in.
You will
And
be hearing Anna talk the whole time. I'll
oh
be
yeah,
like,
most
technology,
likely.
technology. Yeah. Anna will be people.
people most likely, and then even if you have a business, like even if you're listening right now to this conversation because you do have a business that's well established, tomorrow's conversation can be a great reminder about the company values, the company purpose, and why you started this business. So I would recommend you tune in, even if you're not new in business, even if your business has been operating for a decade now or even more. Tomorrow's conversation might be a great reminder to take you back to the roots and remind you of the why. So tune in. And if you are just starting your business, definitely tune in because it's another awesome conversation.
It sure is. Thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Jores.
It's
See you
very
tomorrow.
good.
Bye.
Yeah.